of online content, the camera is your greatest ally. It captures fleeting moments, builds communities, and transforms ordinary people into public figures. But for a select few, that same camera, the pursuit of clicks, and the digital trail they left behind became the most damning piece of evidence against them. They sought fame. They found infamy. They tried to create a perfect narrative, but the truth, like a shadow, refused to be deleted. Today, we're dissecting 3 terrifying cases where the video camera and the desire for online validation provided the blueprints for murder. We will use the ultimate storytelling framework, the hooked formula, to guide us, breaking down the true crime element, using our specialized crime formula for each story, the context of the players, the rise in action of the crime, the detailed investigation, the chilling mystery that often remains, and the final ending. Prepare yourself, because these are the stories of creators whose scripts ended in blood. Our first case takes us to the tranquil beauty of Crete in 2019, a place where ancient history clashes violently with modern horror. Suzanne Eaton was an internationally renowned 59-year-old molecular biologist from America. In July 2019, she was in Crete for a conference, a dedicated professional and, notably, a physically formidable woman, a double black belt in Taekwondo who maintained a rigorous running schedule. Her killer, Giannis Periskakis, was a 27-year-old local sheep farmer harboring the unfulfilled dream of YouTube stardom. He started his channel in 2012. By the time he came to the attention of police, only 3 videos of him performing Qigong remained. Giannis had desperately deleted the rest. On July 2nd, after playing the lobby piano, Suzanne went for her afternoon run. When she missed a 6 p.m. conference, her colleagues raised the alarm. A search was launched. The only items missing from her undisturbed hotel room were her running shoes and clothes. Investigators knew where to look, but not what they would find. 5 days later, the search ended. 2 young men exploring a remote, abandoned World War II Nazi bunker found Suzanne's remains covered by a piece of burlap. The subsequent autopsy confirmed a crime of monstrous brutality, broken ribs, multiple fractures, and grievous injuries. This was no accident of the sun or terrain. The police's first major breakthrough was a set of ordinary tire tracks leading to the bunker, which they traced back to Giannis. He feigned total ignorance, claiming driving in the area was a coincidence. Then came the critical lie. He claimed he didn't even know the bunker existed. This is where the YouTube channel, the object of his failed dreams, became his undoing. Authorities recovered his deleted videos. They showed Giannis exploring abandoned World War II bunkers, including the exact one where Suzanne's body was discovered. The digital archive had exposed his physical lie. Faced with this contradiction, Giannis was arrested. The land was owned by his family, and blood evidence was found in his car trunk. He confessed he saw Suzanne running. Something came over him. He hit her twice with his car and completed his heinous act in the bunker. He was sentenced to life in prison. But the true terror of Giannis Periskakis lies not in the murder he was convicted of, but in the suggestion of the murders that came before. Giannis presented his crime as an act of opportunity. However, his history included previous arrests for arson and animal cruelty, both known early behaviors of serial killers. Multiple women also came forward, Testifying that Giannis had attempted to run them over with his car in the past, Suzanne was likely not his first victim. The most solid, chilling evidence. It's in one of his recovered YouTube videos. In one of the recovered bunker exploration clips, Giannis can be seen filming human-looking bones scattered throughout the bunker. The police never recovered these. And then there is the line of dialogue captured unintentionally, which must have haunted investigators. Giannis's friend, in a moment of casual conversation, asks him something that translates to, "Is this where you left that old guy?" Some mysteries are never meant to be solved, but here we dig them up. That single question, recorded years earlier, suggests a terrifying private graveyard was operating under the pretense of a YouTube exploration channel. The videos Giannis tried to delete revealed his dark obsessions, his location, and a damning piece of his past, transforming a simple search for fame into an accidental admission of his true nature. Our second case involves a creator whose addiction to the spotlight was so consuming it led her to produce the most horrific script imaginable. Samantha Wolford ran the YouTube channel Manic6075, documenting her life in Monticello, Texas, alongside her husband Ernest Lee Ibarra, or Ernie, and their 5 children. Samantha's dream was to be a famous actress.
Always wanted to be an actress. I think it is so much fun. I've been extras in movies. I've had small parts in like short films. It is so much fun and it is so beautiful. It is one of the most amazing forms of art ever to be able to express yourself that way. I think it's amazing.
Ernie was the devoted husband who worked a second job as a pizza delivery driver to support the family. Samantha once described meeting Ernie as the happiest day of her life. But the passion for content creation morphed into a dangerous obsession. Samantha began spending more time on videos than with her children, putting immense stress on Ernie. By 2014, she was publicly accusing him of hurting her in her videos. Then, after a random post in March 2014, Samantha vanished from the internet. The story resumed on February 20th, 2015, with a tragic update. The Texas police received a frantic 911 call from Samantha's aunt. The aunt claimed she was at Samantha's house where her niece was tied up and gagged.
Titus County 911, what's your emergency?
I have a home invasion. My niece is tied up. I am at the verge of untying my niece at this particular moment.
Okay, she's tied up.
She is tied up and gagged.
And gagged? Is that what you said?
Ma'am.
Is there anybody else there?
So where are the kids? We have 5 small infants asleep.
The story Samantha told was elaborate. 3 masked men broke in, attacked her and Ernie, tied her up, and then kidnapped Ernie. Suspicion immediately arose. Samantha claimed to have managed to untie herself just enough to call her aunt. The intruders took nothing but Ernie. The victim, Ernie, was not the kind of man to make dangerous enemies. At the station, Samantha's story changed dramatically. She suddenly named a suspect, John Rebel, who she claimed overheard her complaining about Ernie. John Rebel was identified as Jonathan Sanford. He and his accomplices, Jose Pon and Octavius Rhymes, were quickly arrested. Jonathan confessed they had taken Ernie to a secluded forest and executed him with a single shot to the back of the head. The question haunted everyone. Why would 3 strangers kill Ernie? Every path led back to Samantha. The investigation found suspicious details. Why didn't neighbors hear the break-in? Why were all 5 children sleeping in the same room? And most damningly, the digital evidence was uncovered. Investigators found instruction messages Samantha sent to Octavius after the crime when the police were calling Ernie's phone. Samantha, the grieving wife, was actively colluding with her husband's killers. The full truth revealed a chilling narrative. Samantha's obsession with YouTube fame and her neglect of the children led to constant fighting with Ernie. Her original plan was to frame him by planting drugs in his car, but she made the heartless decision that murder would be easier. Perhaps she believed the ultimate tragedy would bring her the ultimate attention on her YouTube channel. For Samantha, the script of a perfect family life failed. The new script, the home invasion and the tragedy, was meant to elevate her status. Instead, it delivered justice. Samantha was sentenced to 149 years in prison for orchestrating the murder of her husband, leaving their 5 children orphaned. Her digital obsession ensured her life ended behind bars.
Our final case involves a bitter divorce, a massive payout, and a YouTube fitness vlogger who decided her husband's life was worth less than a 6-figure debt. Diana Lovejoy was a technical writer living in Carlsbad, California. Her true passion lay in fitness, which she documented on her channel, Heavy DJ. Her journey was marked by personal tragedy. She and her husband, Greg Mulvihill, suffered 8 miscarriages before finally being blessed with a healthy baby boy in 2012. What should have been a moment of closure instead spiraled into disaster. The stress of supporting a family in an expensive city, combined with Greg losing his job, shattered the marriage. In 2014, Diana falsely accused Greg of attacking both her and their son. After a nearly 2-year divorce mediation, investigators found no evidence to support her claims. The result was disastrous for Diana. Greg received 50-50 custody, and Diana was ordered to pay a $120,000 divorce settlement. That settlement became the motive for attempted murder. In late 2015, Greg received an anonymous call. The caller claimed to be a private investigator Diana had hired, who now mysteriously wanted to help Greg win the case. The caller instructed Greg to retrieve documents taped to a power pole on a secluded hiking trail near his home. Suspicious, Greg brought a friend. When Greg reached the pole, a sniper opened fire.
Hello, this is 911.
Yeah. My friend has just been shot.
Do you know who shot him?
There's a guy lying down like a sniper.
A sniper? Did you see him at all?
Briefly, we saw the gun, and he shot at us like 6 or 7 times.
Greg was shot clean through the chest. Miraculously, the bullet missed his heart by inches. The shooter fled, but left behind 2 crucial pieces of evidence: a pair of towels. DNA testing on the towels led to Weldon McDavid, Diana's shooting instructor. Weldon denied involvement, but the evidence mounted. 1. A thermal search found a matching set of towels at Diana's residence. 2. CCTV footage showed Diana buying the burner phone Weldon used to lure Greg. 3. The gun used in the attempted murder was found hidden in the rafters of Weldon's garage. The motive was clear. Diana orchestrated the attack to avoid the divorce settlement and keep full custody. She used her YouTube instructor, turning a hobby connection into a partner in crime. There is little mystery in this case, only the cold, hard analysis of a plan driven by avarice and rage. Diana's carefully curated life as the heavy DJ concealed a calculated killer who was willing to destroy her family to save money. The only lingering question is the terrifying reality that one of her own towels left at the scene was the simple detail that undid her perfect plot. Diana Lovejoy and Weldon McDavid were arrested, convicted of attempted murder. Diana was sentenced to 26 years to life, Weldon to a harsher 50 years to life. Greg Mulvihill made a full recovery and, having survived the sniper fire, is raising his son. In the end, Giannis's deleted bunker videos, Samantha's incriminating text messages, and Diana's burner phone purchase all tell the same chilling story. The desire for a curated online life can mask the darkest intentions, but the digital trail always leads to the truth. What if the scariest stories weren't stories at all? These cases prove that every upload, every message, every purchase leaves a fingerprint. The YouTubers featured today tried to control their narrative, but in the end, their own content became the prosecution's most powerful witness. If these tales of digital deception and real-world terror have chilled you to the core, then you know what to do. First, hit that like button and tell me in the comments below, which of these 3 cases left you the most unnerved? Was it the possibility of Giannis's digital graveyard or Samantha's calculated quest for attention? Second, share this video with a friend who can't look away from the dark. And finally, be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss our next dig into the mysteries that were never meant to be solved. Until next time, keep your eyes open and remember, not every person behind the screen is who they seem.